everyone. In our last class, we discussed what are carbohydrates, classification of carbohydrates based on their behavior of hydrolysis and based on physical properties and also based on reducing and non-reducing properties. So in this class, we shall discuss monosaccharides. So monosaccharides are the carbohydrate which cannot be further hydrolyzed to simpler unit are called monosaccharides. So these monosaccharides are also classified based on functional group as aldose and ketoses. So monosaccharides are further classified as aldose and ketose based on functional group. Based on functional group, monosaccharides are classified as aldose and ketose. If the monosaccharide contain aldehyde functional group, then it is called aldose. So what are aldose? If monosaccharides contains aldehyde functional group. Aldehyde functional group are called aldose. So what are ketose? Ketose means if the monosaccharide contains, ketonic functional group. Ketonic functional group are called ketose. So based on functional group present in monosaccharide, so monosaccharides are classified into two types. One is aldose and another one is ketose. So if the monosaccharide contain aldehyde functional group, then it is called aldose. So if the monosaccharide contain ketonic functional group, then it is called ketose. So based on number of carbon atom present per molecule of monosaccharide can be classified as so if the monosaccharide contain 3 carbon atom, then it is called trivose. If the monosaccharide contain 3 carbon and aldehyde functional group, then it is called aldotriose. So if the monosaccharide containing 3 carbon atom and ketonic functional group, then it is called ketotriose. So if the monosaccharides containing 4 carbon atom, then it is called tetrose. So if the monosaccharide containing 4 carbon atom and aldehyde functional group, then it is called aldotetrose. If the monosaccharide containing 4 carbon atom and then ketonic functional group, then it is called ketotetrose. So if the monosaccharide containing 5 carbon atom, then it is called pentose. And if the monosaccharide contains 5 carbon atom and aldehyde functional group, then it is called aldopentose. So if the monosaccharide containing 5 carbon atom and ketonic functional group, then it is called ketopentose. So if the monosaccharide containing 6 carbon atom, then it is called hexose. So if the monosaccharide containing 6 carbon atom and aldehyde functional group, then it is called aldohexose. So if the monosaccharide containing 6 carbon atom and ketonic functional group, then it is called ketohexose. So based on number of carbon atom present in per molecule of monosaccharide can be classified as trivose, tetrose, pentose and hexose. So if the monosaccharide containing 3 carbon atom and aldehyde functional group, then it is called aldotriose. If the monosaccharide containing 3 carbon atom and then ketonic functional group, then it is called ketotriose. Now coming to the sources of glucose. So this glucose is also called as dextrose or aldohexoses. So this glucose occurs freely in nature as well as in the combined form. So glucoses occur in sweet fruits and as well as in honey. So this glucose is also present in ripe grapes. Therefore, this glucose is also known as grape sugars. So glucose is also known as grape sugar because glucose occur in ripe grapes in large amount. Therefore, glucose is called as grape sugar or honey sugar. Now coming to the preparation of glucose. So this glucose is obtained from cane sugar or sucrose. So sucrose or cane sugar is boiled with dilute HCl or dilute H2SO4. It undergo hydrolysis to get equal amount of glucose and fructose. So the reaction is the formula for sucrose is C12H22O11. So this sucrose is boiled with dilute H2SO4 or dilute HCl. It undergo hydrolysis. So we get equal amount of glucose. The formula for glucose is C6H12O6 and fructose is also the formula is C6H12O6. So this is glucose, this is fructose. So glucose and fructose both have the same formula, but in glucose there is a maltodic functional group, in fructose there is a ketonic functional group. So glucose is obtained from sucrose. When sucrose is boiled with dilute H2SO4 or dilute HCl, it undergo hydrolysis. We get equal amount of glucose and fructose. This is the first method. Second method is glucose is obtained from starch. So when starch is boiled with dilute H2SO4 at 393 Kelvin and 2 to 3 atmospheric pressure, so it undergo hydrolysis. We get n number of glucose. So the formula for starch is C6H10O5. So when starch is boiled with dilute H2SO4 at 393 Kelvin and 2 to 3 atmospheric pressure, so it undergo hydrolysis. We get glucose. N number of glucose. This is the commercial method of preparation of glucose. So these are the two important methods of preparation of glucose. Now coming to the structural elucidation of glucose. Structural elucidation of glucose. Structure of glucose. So the following factors which decide the glucose structure. The first point is according to elemental analysis and molecular weight determination, the empirical formula of glucose was found to be C6H12O6. Empirical formula of glucose was found to be C6H12O6. So the second point is when glucose is heated with red phosphorus or iodic acid or HI, we get NXN. When glucose is heated with red phosphorus or iodic acid, we get NXN. So the reaction is, the formula for glucose is, it contains aldehyde functional group and there are 4 CH-OH groups and 1 primary alcoholic group. So this is the formula for structure of glucose. So when glucose is heated with red phosphorus or hydroiodic acid, we get N-hexane. So N means normal or straight chain. Hexane means it contains 6 carbon atoms are in straight chain. So here add 3 hydrogen, and this is also add 3 hydrogen, add 2 hydrogen here. Here also 2 H2 H2. This is N-hexane. So this reaction indicates the presence of 6 carbon atoms in glucose which are linked in a straight chain. So when glucose is treated with red phosphorus or hydroiodic acid, we get N-hexane. So this reaction indicates the presence of all the 6 carbon atoms are linked in a straight chain. Next, the third point is when glucose is heated with hydroxylamine, we get glucose oxide. And also when glucose is heated with hydrogen cyanide, we get an addition product, glucose cyanohydride. So these two reactions indicate the presence of carbonyl group in glucose. So now the reaction can be written as, the formula for glucose is, it contains one aldehyde functional group and there are 4 CH-OH group and one primary alcoholic group. So this glucose reacts with hydroxylamine. The formula for hydroxylamine is NH2OH. This is hydroxylamine. So this aldehyde functional group can also be written as C-double-bond-OH. So here this H2 combined with oxygen to form water and add NOH group here, we get CH double bond and add NOH, double bond NOH. Next CH-OH 4 times CH2OH. This is glucose oxide. So due to the presence of this carbonyl group, it reacts with hydroxylamine, we get glucose oxide. So this reaction is with the presence of carbonyl group in glucose. And also glucose react with hydrogen cyanide, we get glucose cyanohydride. The formula for glucose is, it contains CHO aldehyde functional group and there are 4 CH-OH group and one primary alcoholic group. So this glucose react with hydrogen cyanide gives addition product. So this aldehyde functional group can be written as C-double-bond-OH. This can be written as H plus and Cn minus. So this H plus comes here and Cn here. So this when H plus comes here, so double bond becomes a reduced single bond. So we get CH. So H comes here. We get OH and Cn add here. Cn, CH, OH 4 times. CH2 OH. This is glucose cyanohydride. So due to the presence of this carbonyl group, it reacts with hydrogen cyanide, we get an additional product. So these two reactions indicate the presence of carbonyl group in glucose. So the next point is, when glucose on oxidation with bromine water, when glucose is oxidation with bromine water, we get gluconic acid. So this reaction indicates the presence of aldehyde functional group in glucose. The structure of glucose is, it contains one aldehyde functional group and there are 4 CHOH group and one primary alcoholic group. So So this glucose on oxidation with bromine water. It is a mild oxidizing agent. So this aldehyde group is converted into COOH because of addition of oxygen. So we get COOH, CHOH 4 times CH2OH. This is called gluconic acid. So this reaction indicates the presence of aldehydic functional group in glucose. Next, the reaction is when glucose is heated with acetic anhydride. We get glucose pentacetate. So this reaction indicates the presence of 5-hydroxyl group in glucose. So the reaction is the structure of glucose is CHO aldehydic functional group, terminal aldehydic functional group, and there are 4 CHOH groups and 1 primary alcoholic group. So it reacts with acetic anhydride. The formula for acetic anhydride is CH3 C double bond O C double bond O CH3. Can also be written as CH3 CO twice O. So here when glucose is treated with acetic anhydride, here this bond breaks. One of the hydrogen comes here. So we get CH3 COOH. Here there are 5 hydroxyl, 4 plus 1 5 hydroxyl group. Therefore 5 hydrogen combined with 5 acetate group to form 5 acetic acid molecule. So this acetate is 5 acetate groups add here. So we get CHO, here H will lost, CHO, and this acetyl group comes here. So we get CH3 4 times and CH2O. Here also H will lost. So this H combined with this acetate group to form acetic acid. So CH2O and add 1 COCH3 here. So we get COCH3. This is glucose pentacetate. So this reaction indicates the presence of 5-hydroxyl group in glucose. So when glucose is treated with 5 molecule of acetic anhydride, this is acetic anhydride. We get glucose pentacetate. So this reaction indicates the presence of 5-hydroxyl group in glucose. Next, coming to the next point, when glucose on oxidation with dilute HNO3, we get glutaric acid or saccharic acid. So this reaction indicates the presence of primary alcoholic group in glucose. So the structure of glucose is CHO, one aldehydic functional group, and there are 4 CHOH group and 1 CH2OH. So this glucose on oxidation with dilute HNO3, we get glutaric acid or saccharic acid. So we get this structure COOH, CHOH 4 times and CH2OH. Sorry, COOH. This is glutaric acid or saccharic acid. So during the formation of this product, here 2 hydrogen will be lost as water. So this indicates the presence of primary alcoholic group in glucose. So primary alcohol means the OH group which is attached to the carbon containing two hydrogen are called primary alcohols. Primary alcohols. So this reaction indicates the presence of primary alcoholic group in glucose. Now, once again, the following facts decide the structure of glucose. The first point is the empirical formula of glucose was found to be C6H12O6. So second point is when glucose is treated with red phosphorus or iodic acid or HI, we get NXA. So this reaction indicates the presence of all the carbon atoms are linked in a straight chain in glucose. Next point is when glucose is treated with hydroxylamine, we get glucose oxide, and when glucose is treated with hydrogen cyanide, we get an addition product, that is glucose cyanohydrate. So these two reactions indicate the presence of carbonyl group in glucose. Presence of carbonyl group in glucose. So the next reaction is when glucose on oxidation with bromine water, we get gluconic acid, that indicates the presence of terminal aldehyde group in glucose. So this reaction indicates the presence of terminal aldehyde group in glucose. Next reaction is when glucose is treated with acetic anhydride, we get glucose pentaacetate. So this reaction indicates the presence of 5-hydroxyl group in glucose. The last reaction is when glucose on oxidation with dilute HNO3, we get gluconic acid or saccharic acid. So this reaction indicates the presence of primary alcoholic group in glucose. From this fact, Bayer in 1870 suggested the open chain structure of glucose. So the structure is, the glucose contains 6 carbon atoms are linked in straight chain. So 6 carbon atoms are linked in straight chain, and there is a terminal aldehyde functional group, that is CHO, and there is a primary alcoholic group, that is CH2OH, and this carbon contains OH, OH, H, OH. So this hydrogen H, here OH, here 1H. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hydroxyl groups. So this is the open chain structure of glucose. The IUPAC name of this glucose is, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pentahydroxy. There are 5 hydroxyl group. Pentahydroxy hexanol. Pentahydroxy hexanol. So due to the presence of aldehyde functional group and there are 6 carbon, so we get hexanol. So this is the IUPAC name of glucose. IUPAC name of glucose. So in 1970, Bayer suggested the open chain structure of glucose. So it contains 6 carbon atoms are linked in straight chain and 1 terminal aldehyde functional group and 1 primary alcoholic group, and there are 5 hydroxyl groups are present in glucose. So this is the structure of glucose.